Welcome to Stanley Parable. I've been here around for this for a while now. I've had this game forever. Played it before. You know what? Let's say no, just for the kicks and giggles. So the current time. Right? Settings can be accessed from the menu. Look what?
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
We ice skate. Whee!
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Hey! How you doing? Are we doing well today?
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Oh, man. Do I have feet? No, I don't. Stanley learned how to ice skate on carpet. I know. We're all alone here now. Ooh.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
No. What happens if I do the one on his right? Wow.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yeah, let's admire it.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room.
Yes.
Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Yes. Where's a good spot to drink it in? There you go. It looks ugly. How dare you? It's very well constructed.
Really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings.
Yes.
Really worth it.
Really, really worth it. Look at that one. It's a leaf. That's some ocean.
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible
Yay!
that this is why everyone left.
Hey, Necromancy. How you doing?
Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue. But when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
No. I want some coffee. Can I have some coffee? Here we go.
But at
Fine.
last, he'd had enough of the amazing room. He chose the first open door on his left to get back to business.
Nope.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Yay! Do I get a gold star for that? What happens if I just stay here? Powerful enough to survive. I don't know what you're talking about. Necromancy. You can perform necromancy. You can just bring it back. It's fine. Jolly Rancher. Oh, yeah. I don't think anything happens with Stanley.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
You can't jump. I was trying to push X, trying to get it to jump. Get your first trophy. Oh my god.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
My left? What if I want to go right again? Alright, fine. I'll listen. Just this once, though.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Simply on other coworkers. There's not coworkers who are not supporting you more. Using slides to assure employees that everything is okay. Make sure the slide is like blue graphic. I'm sure they call productive work. Everyone is unique. You, most of all. Very professional. Number of slides on the slide. Charts and slides. Slides. What the fuck? Rate which chart on the same slide. It's the same information. I think all of it does. Oh, more charts. Yes. The boss appreciation minute. Worksheets. Top 20 of us. Something about your boss. No, I will not do that. Certain values, core value. Okay.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Nope. I go downstairs. Ooh! What's that? You can't grab that. I'm a rebel.
Stanley just couldn't do it.
Nope.
He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar.
They probably are.
Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. "I'm dreaming!" he yelled. "This is all a dream." Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Oh,
then
God.
He imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? This is the story of a man named Stanley. This is the story of a man named Stanley. This is the story of...
I can't hear myself think, okay? Okay. I think that's better. Yeah, that's loads better. If it's too quiet, let me know, but good lord, I couldn't hear.
Was Stanley simply deceiving himself? Believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself...
I've been lied to. How dare you lie to me?
He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
They really are. I told you they were mine.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear me? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Oh. This narrator, man. I think he has something against me.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Did he die? What the fuck?
Woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked out to work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew.
I've never seen this before.
What the fuck? She thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Okay. What the fuck? There we go.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
So confused. Oh man, I've never had that before. I didn't even know that was a thing. No.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to
Oh, hey.
of any human life.
I got some strange beginnings. You missed them.
Who orchestrated this? What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
It's okay, no worries.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
Oh.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code.
I did it.
Sheer luck.
I'm so proud.
He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Where? Oh. Yay! I'm not gonna die this time. Never mind. You know what? No. I will probably find a way to kill Stanley again. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Oh no, Phil. Oh boy. That sucks, Phil. I'm sorry.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Oh,
Although this passageway had the word Escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Okay.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
No.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Yes. Hello, Satan! This is like the 4th time I've killed him. Oh! Oh, I don't die from that, huh? I die from... Okay, then, you know what?
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life.
Nah.
Farewell, Stanley.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Kevin, Phil, hope you're doing well too. I didn't die!
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Oh, this is an ending? Filing cabinets. Yay! Office computers. Credits. I've gotten him killed like 3 times, Phil. Office clock. I have Scuffy Underground. What was that? Early version of the game. Facts. Office is life. Office is death. No. No. Fuck the office. And no narration outtakes. For the dialogue taken through separate times. 2 years from it. These are clips.
Now look closer, Stanley. See how it's impossible for the player to do anything in this room? Perfect example of poor level design. Textbook mistake. It's the kind of thing you pick up on intuitively if you have even
I need to have this narrator narrate my life and be disappointed in everything I've ever chosen. Be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I want to push the button. Push the button. I must push button. Fuck it. Window. Room elevator. Right. Yup. Stephen Fry would be a good one too.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
On. Edge off.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another?
No.
No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Turn off your PlayStation. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let...
Squeeze. Crunch. It's fine, it's just marinara sauce. We're good. And we're back here again. Well, I'm kidding.
All of of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow, yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
So
he
many
detoured
things to
through the
do.
maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Or we go get ourselves killed again. That's a thing too.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and
Good
get even
not playing
further
long
off track.
ending.
So now, in order to get back, he needed to
Feel
go.
that.
From here, it's left.
No, we'll go right. Oh yeah, Alexis 5. What the hell?
Oh no, it's to the right. My mistake. No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see, we went down right.
5 years?
Down,
Left,
left,
okay then.
right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
No, it's not. No, it's not. That thing's gonna hit me and kill me immediately. I thought I was gonna die there for a second. Oh my god.
No, this isn't right at all. You're not
No,
supposed
this
to
is
be here
totally
yet.
right.
This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes.
No.
Okay. We just have to get back to
Fired.
Who am I
We got
kidding?
fired.
It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And
Wait,
this
what?
time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
No. What the hell?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley... Wait, what? No,
Okay.
No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... something changed. Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere, or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Let's go. I want to go the impossible way. Which one looks more mysterious? Besides the one covered in chairs. I want to go to one of the chairs! That's not very fair. Let's go this way. Oh, cool. They're left open. Oh, wait a minute.
This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you.
No,
There
this
definitely
makes
was
sense.
a story
This is
here
true.
before. Do we need to restart the game again?
No!
I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
No, not. This guy, man, narrator needs a name.
All of his
Like, something that's really annoying.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Okay, yep, it's worse. I
Oh.
might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Sure. Don't be terrible for finish telling it. It's true, especially with all the weird doors. You never get anywhere.
Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Okay. Oh my god.
Now this...
Oh.
Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is
Hmm.
this the story?
I think I've
don't
broken the
think
game.
so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct?
Is this a murder house? What the
Do you
hell?
remember, Stanley? Well, do you know
No.
what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win!
Yay!
Congratulations! I know you
what?
put in a lot of hard work, and it
Where's
really
my...
paid off, so good
I want an
job.
achievement for that. Where's my achievement?
Oh, no, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen
It's a
this
murder
time.
house.
I have to restart.
No! The Stanley
Right, I've got
Parable
a solution.
adventure
This
line.
time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable adventure line.
Okay.
Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Okay. Why do I need a line for this? No. I'm not going that way. No. I'm a rebel. I don't listen to rules.
No, I'm down. We're leaving it up to the line from now on.
Oh, man. Stupid line. Fine. Why a line? Why have you done this to me?
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny.
To destiny.
Here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me.
Oh boy.
Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay. Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office, in fact, the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right
this guy
now
has better
is a bit
office
of
than I
music to
do.
lighten
What
the
the hell?
mood.
Mom.
Wait, cut the music.
Yay!
Go back and
Thank
look at
God.
that fern.
Fern? Got adventures. I got something going on.
Stanley,
Fern.
this fern will be very important later in the story.
It will?
Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You
Okay.
won't want to miss anything.
Okay. It's green. It's got leaves on it. Some are pointy, some are long. Some are back from your grandma's mom.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
I'm so fucking confused. Okay, that goes back to our office. Let's go this way. Oh, for shit's sake.
Oh, no. Deadline, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
What if we just stayed here? Like, what's that gonna do?
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're
Right?
intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
But what? Oh, over there? Oh.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Desert adventure
Oh, no, not you
with
again. Stanley,
weird
I'd also like
lesbian
to raise
lovers.
the line from having any role in our awesome
Both
new
of them
story.
being very
No lines
interested
or
in
monitoring
anime.
rules. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine. Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision.
We
From
do.
here, the story is in our control.
Okay.
How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just
Okay.
walk in circles for a minute.
Okay.
Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that
I'm gonna get
somewhere in
everyone
the
disease.
place where we're
Fuck.
trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means
Oh
that our
god.
destination corresponds with that counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So
What?
starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
Nope. I'm on the left one. Or can I go back? Nope, not even an option. Why? Fine. The confusion ending.
The confusion ending.
Talk
You're
about
telling me
her. Yeah.
that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined?
Wow.
So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing. Wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really... No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree? I'm
Yeah.
not quite sure if we're in the destination or
Take
the
shit.
journey, though they're
Nope.
always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now.
Oh my
We'll
god.
find out, won't we?
No.
Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you...
There it goes. Okay.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
No.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. What was it about this room that called so deeply and so personally to Stanley? Its grace, its subtle charm? No. Stanley knew it was something deeper, something darker.
It was? Like what?
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
It was,
But
it was.
eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that
I
the
want to
story has been
fall.
about nothing
Can you imagine
but
doing
you
it 5 million
all this
times?
time.
Oh god, I almost did.
Stanley, someone you've forgotten about. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side.
Lies.
Chance.
No. I've got a really bad habit of
Listen
checking
carefully,
doors.
This is important.
Okay.
Stanley walked through the red door.
Nope.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
Nope.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
Thank you.
Fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to
I do.
find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well,
Yes.
let me stop you.
Yes.
You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were
hell?
never supposed to be here in the first place.
How dare
Broken
you?
rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was
Yes.
it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you?
Yes.
You might think I put a lot of time into that, because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing, because this
It is a good
what you
game,
wanted to
Phil.
see.
Such is.
Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what.
Cyberpunk?
Take a stab
Is
in
it
the
Cyberpunk?
dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback.
Okay.
There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before.
Yes.
Take it for a spin. Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
Okay.
A 1? I can understand if you had reservations, you saw ways the game could be improved to more fully express itself mechanically and artistically, but a 1?
Yes.
That's not even helpful. What am I supposed to do with that? But I guess it isn't my place to judge. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be
Okay.
perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one.
Okay.
Let's take a look.
Let's do it. Oh, God. Worldwide leaderboard. Neil is offline. Skid is offline. Nola. Are these actual players? Did you know that 21.3 players skip the intro sequence? Stanley. Wow. This isn't legit, is it? I'm not on here for less than like 45 minutes. Okay. Dead rat. That's totally. It's the actual film, not mistaken. What the fuck? Okay then, you know what? I'll take your word for it, Phil. I've become one with the thing. Okay. Let's go again.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
Kind of did, not gonna lie, but at the same time, I was kind of annoyed that I wasn't on top of that leaderboard. I'm gonna say a 2.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some play testing. You
Sure.
wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you?
Absolutely
Perfect.
not.
Let me boot it up. In this game,
Oh.
the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Baby gotta go.
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me?
Both.
I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for you. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable.
Yeah.
Since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain.
That would help.
See. What do we have here?
Extra crispy,
Yes.
yeah.
Seems like it'll work.
Toasted baby. Oh! What? Firewatch?
What this game is about, Stanley? What's our backstory? What is our motivation? Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep.
Oh yeah, very tender.
Perhaps for some sort of
all that fat?
erotic
Oh yeah.
purpose. Yes, that must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity. So far,
I love this
everything about this
game.
Stanley. And it seems there's even more. Come,
Look at
let's venture
one.
outward and see what else is out there.
Yes. I love Firewatch. I'm probably going the wrong fucking way. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm going the wrong way. Did they make Firewatch?
Oh no. No, it can't be.
It is. We're free.
It is.
Yeah,
It's an
Firewatch.
open world game. Good
It
God,
is.
quickly block it off.
No!
Thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call. You wandered off into that thing. That big open, just wandering around. No right or wrong directions. No path to follow. You can just go in any... Oh, thank heavens we avoided it.
No!
Out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another
Did they make
game.
for Firewatch?
Preferably something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls.
No! This guy. He's an ass.
I think this will be just the thing.
No, what? Rocket League.
See,
Oh god, we're in the middle of Rocket League.
Just a nice big box for you to run around in. There isn't any possibility
Oh,
that you
okay.
could get lost here. Now this is game design. Stanley,
This is Rocket
if you manage
League.
to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed.
Okay. Can we get lost?
Okay,
Blue
so
is my
what
favorite
exactly
color.
do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack.
Oh,
I'm
God.
seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball.
Oh,
What
God, we're
fun.
gonna die.
We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together.
Oh,
Yes,
no.
I think
Oh,
surely we
God.
must. Okay,
Oh,
Stanley,
God.
here's the ball. Have fun.
No. 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 Oh, God. It's gonna come right at me. Get in there.
Are you doing it? Are you winning? Is this
I am.
fun? Is
I
it
am.
better than my miserable little story that I worked so hard on?
Yes.
Stanley, I have a thought. And I realize I'm not a sportsologist, but if one ball generates a certain amount of raw adrenal pleasure, then surely multiple balls makes for an even more euphoric sports experience. I'm going to try it out. Here comes another ball.
Yes.
Yes! Oh goodness, that really does feel
There's another
amazing,
ball.
doesn't it? Stanley, I'm like a child in a confectionery shop. I simply have to have more. I'm insatiable. More balls!
Yes. None of them are going in the goal either. It's great. All of the balls. Yay! Balls!
Enjoy this step. Hold on. What are you
Oh.
doing?
Okay.
Don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that.
Balls! It's the only time I'll ever be excited. Oh! I can fall down more. Okay then. Ooh. Spooky time. Yes, for spookies. So many choices, so little time. I just like the sound of it. My poor X button, man. You're worn out by the end of this game. Where are we going? What do we do? What are we gonna do? Phil, I'm lost. Phil, I'm scared. I'm lost. Oh my god. Ooh. Okay, getting somewhere, 427. Oh. Silent Hill Adventure. Blue. Now what? Oh. Uh-oh. Nah. I think Silent Hill. Oh.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
I hate Mondays. Here we go again.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
endings are in this game,
Yet
anyway.
there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
60? Jesus. I think we've done that one already. Yeah, we did. He was like running around screaming. Bathroom! I think he was in your room and we're logging back in. Oh. Money in the morning, money in the morning, money in the evening, money for breakfast, money crisp. Extreme bathrooms. Okay. I want to go up. Narrator telling time of his life. What? No. Couldn't you just stayed in there that whole fucking time? What the hell? No. Oh, that's sad. What the fuck is that? Can we go back in? We can. What if I push the down button instead? Everybody's day going? Going good? Hope everybody's doing great. That's nice, Phil. My day's going pretty good too. I slept until like 12 today. Oh, this is bullshit. I have not, no. I know. I woke up super late today. I was also up all night.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the
I haven't
boss's
gotten
desk.
there yet.
What could its purpose
I do
be?
want the bucket ending.
In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing.
By sheer
He stepped
fucking
into
luck.
the newly opened passageway.
Fine. I got this one already. God damn it. I thought it would, like, give me something else.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Okay, yep. Did the escape one. Okay, yeah, let's do this one.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
What's his number? 427? Yep, that's our office right there. 427. Person.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Yes.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Yes.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life.
Or what if I
he
just took control?
would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Where the hell's 3? There you go, 3. Yeah, there is. Yeah. Where's 4? I need 4 now. I'm down here now. Am I missing it? Where is it? That's 3. Is there not a 4 or something? Because did I forget how to count? Is it 5 then 4 or what? Mind control, idle awaiting input.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
I don't like this guy's attitude.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself? Is that what you want? Control?
Yes!
Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do.
Yes!
Stan, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are said to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes.
Okay.
Now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley?
Finally,
It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. This is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start.
Who knows?
What's
Who
that?
knows?
You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. And I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh, dear me. What's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment
Oh God, it's
until the moment I
shaking.
say happily ever after.
I have no idea what you're talking about. That's impossible for me to do, Phil. I'm awesome.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps
I'm too
he
cool
had
to break
simply
games.
missed a memo.
You're talking about. You got that?
Oh, new content? What does that mean?
No,
New
never.
content.
I don't break games, Phil. You know this.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content. Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure. Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it. I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if, Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Gimme the content, Stanley. All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
They told me I couldn't jump. What the hell? This game lied to me. Oh well.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content.
I'm
There has
so
to be
proud of
something
myself.
else, right? Goodness. Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could count to 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And if... Oh, wait. There's more. Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is. That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their
How
fan base
dare they?
rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's trophies, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test trophy, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
No. No! Oh. Yay! That's a picture.
Psst. Stanley, come over here.
No!
In the vent. I want to
Okay.
show you something.
Fine. What is that? Oh, it's orange. Why is there just a mug in here? Hang on.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just
Okay.
our little secret. Take a look. I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
Oh, yay, the memory zone.
You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap PlayStation port? Remember back in October of 2013, when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
It's kind of true, though. Oh, little postcards. First kiss, my first car, the release of the Stanley Parable in 2013. By on pressurized gas. Smile because it happened. Okay. Trip down memory lane. Their first dollar. Oh, is that the first Stanley Parable? Demonstration. Go outside. Unachievable. It's impossible to get this achievement. How dare they? I can't see those. Beta work in progress. Did I get nominated 3 times? 4 times? 3 times. I didn't know that. New video game releasing today. 50% off designer hats. Uneven effort to enroll for. Pushing election. 24 hours on a Tuesday? Oh, okay. Now I'm tempted to get it.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
It mentioned my baby Skyrim. That's right, Skyrim was one of the best ones. Bethesda's only game they did correctly. That one in Half-Life. Was it Half-Life? I don't think it was Bethesda that made Half-Life. It was the intro. Was it Bethesda that made Half-Life? Person of the Year. Me, Stanley. Oh, that's cool. In a car, of course. I wish every game had like a little bit of a memory lane sort of thing. It's pretty cool.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. All they had to do was transport it in pristine condition along to the PlayStation, boom, done. And they couldn't even do that. Couldn't resist the urge to go meddling with a beloved franchise.
There's only a few franchises that are still around that are actually worth it. Literally anything. They really fucked up the Dragon Age ones, in my opinion. The serious room. I wanted a serious room. What the hell? I'm a serious kind of gal, right?
These were simpler times, Stanley.
Oh,
What
there
I
we go.
wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here?
Ugh! What was that? Reviews. Oh no, the bad reviews? Is that what this is? Excuse me. I can see fuck all. Excuse me. What am I supposed to be doing here? Did I break the game again? Or did I finally break the game? That's what I meant to say, not again. I'd never do it again. I'm just talking about. What? What? I can teabag. Teabag reviews. Teabag. Let me out! What the fuck? I'm stuck. Let me out. What? What am I supposed to be doing? Did I break the game? Narrator? Narrator? I just... okay. I'm confused. I just like walk into the darkness? Is there like stairs or something I'm supposed to do, or what? I don't want to begin again. You can see like the edge of the map. Oh man, it's gonna force me, isn't it? Shit. This is bullshit. No! What? I don't understand what I'm meant to be doing here. Did I break the game again? Did I break the game, Phil? Shit. I'll probably have to restart. Shit. What do I do? I don't know! I don't know! No! I don't wanna. I'm scared. Fine. You know what? Fine. Okay.
Psst. Stanley!
No, that's not that way I broke the game.
In the vent!
No.
I want to show you something. Oh. You don't want to see the cool surprise I made for you? Well, fine.
No.
You're a dork anyway, so who cares? When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
How dare they? How dare they? Should I just stay there? That's suspect.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Man. Okay, let's try the vent.
Psst. Stanley, come over here. in the vent. I want to show you something.
Maybe I messed something up. Because I was like moving super fast for there.
You remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look. I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC. You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap PlayStation port? And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
Let's go back through this again. I'm gonna quit here because Pinky just went live and I would like to go and watch him. You know what? Let's raid him. Let's give him a nice raid. There we go. Because I'm heading over there in just a second. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you guys later. Of course. Thank you for joining me.